If you're a business owner thinking about leaving California, there's two cities that you're probably hearing about over and over again: Phoenix and Las Vegas. Both are exploding. Both are attracting distribution, and both are pulling investments from all across the country. But they are not competing for the same role in the supply chain. One is becoming the Sunbelt's inland logistics capital. The other is quietly positioning itself as the first stop to the northern two-thirds of the United States from the ports of LA. And if you understand that difference, then you understand where the next decade of growth is happening in the US. Let's break it down. Over the last 5 years, something major has shifted in American logistics. Companies are no longer asking, where's the cheapest warehouse? They're asking, where do we position our inventory to survive disruption? Port delays, labor uncertainty, fuel volatility, and supply chain reshoring, all of it is pushing distribution inland. And when companies leave Southern California, there's two cities that continuously rise to the top: Phoenix and Vegas. But they serve very different geographic strategies. Phoenix is the Sunbelt's distribution engine, and it has one massive advantage. It sits at the center of the Sunbelt's consumption corridor. From Phoenix, companies can efficiently reach places like Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Southern California, Vegas, Denver, Albuquerque, and that's a powerful footprint. Phoenix is becoming what logistics planners call a regional distribution stabilizer. It supports Southwest population growth, Texas manufacturing expansion, Mexico trade corridors, and I-10 connectivity east and west. And the industrial pipeline reflects that. Phoenix has massive land availability, large-scale master plan logistics park, room for million-square-foot buildings, and one of the fastest warehouse construction timelines anywhere in the country. If your strategy is Sunbelt distribution coverage, Phoenix makes perfect sense. But that's not where Las Vegas wins. Vegas is the first stop north of the ports, and it plays a completely different role. Look at a freight map leaving the ports of LA. If inventory is headed to Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Nevada, Northern California, the Pacific Northwest, or even Chicago, Las Vegas becomes the first logistical staging location. And that matters more than most people realize, because the fastest way to reduce supply chain risk isn't just moving further inland. It's moving just far enough inland. Las Vegas lets companies decompress containers, stage inventory, redistribute regionally, reduce port exposure, avoids that California regulatory friction, and helps lower operating costs without losing proximity to the largest port complex in the entire Western Hemisphere, LA. Now that positioning is strategic gold. And here's the key insights that investors are starting to recognize. Phoenix and Vegas aren't rivals. They're actually complements of each other. Phoenix supports that Sunbelt spine, and Las Vegas supports the Mountain West and Northern logistics corridors. And together, they're forming the backbone of the post-California distribution network. And companies who are relocating today are strategically choosing one, based on their destination markets, not just on the rental rates. Now let's talk about the one question that always comes up. What about the water? Both Phoenix and Vegas exist in the desert. But what most people don't realize, desert cities are becoming some of the most efficient water managers anywhere in America. Las Vegas recycles nearly all of indoor water use in homes and businesses. And Phoenix has invested heavily in groundwater banking and long-term storage infrastructure. Meanwhile, many parts of the Midwest and the Southeast of the US are still losing massive amounts of water through outdated systems and leakage. The reality is that water security isn't about rainfall, it's about management. And desert cities are leading the country in learning how to treat fresh water like the strategic resource that it really is. And that's a model that the rest of the country should really be paying attention to. Because it's fresh water, not land, not labor, not fuel, that's becoming the most important infrastructure variable of the next 100 years. So when companies leave California, what are they really looking for? Looking for speed, certainty, cost stability, regulatory clarity, access to ports, and to Western markets. And Las Vegas checks every single one of those boxes. You still stay one truck day away from the ports of LA and gain access to Utah, Arizona, Colorado, Northern California, and the entire Pacific Northwest, reducing operating friction and permitting timelines. And you position your inventory closer to where Western population growth is actually happening. And that's why we're seeing logistics parks expanding, flex industrial filling up quickly, land getting absorbed faster than we can keep up with, and national developers continuing to bet on the future of Las Vegas. This isn't speculation anymore. It's pure momentum. But the bigger trend that most people are still missing is that for years, Southern California dominated Western distribution. Now, the network is decentralizing. Phoenix is becoming the Sunbelt anchor, and Las Vegas is becoming the northern gateway. And together, they're reshaping how goods move across the United States. If you're a business owner planning your next facility, or an investor watching industrial migration patterns, Las Vegas isn't just growing. It's positioning itself as one of the most strategic logistics locations in all of America. If you want updates on where companies are moving to next, what's being built across the Vegas Valley, and how industrial real estate is shaping the future of Las Vegas, subscribe to Las Vegas Industrial Scoop. Because the next decade of Western distribution is already being built, and it's being built right here. If there's a project around town that you'd like me to break down next, feel free to drop it in the comments.